You're watching the TGM production. Ladies and gentlemen, doing some brand new material. Please welcome back to the stage, doing stand-up comedy. It's Tom Mason! It really is me! It's Tom Mason! Yes! I'm back! Hooray! Right, let's start. Right, so, life. You learn a lot of things in life. Diddly diddly. You learn a lot of things in life. No. We're not singing me young whippersnapper. We're talking about life. In life, you learn a lot. And in every life, you obviously learn a lot. And I've learned over my time in this planet Earth, space state planet. I've learned that stairs are my second arch nemesis after pigeons. Not penguins. Penguins are in my good books so far, but pigeons are different, and apparently, don't tell anyone, but there might be music based on pigeons coming soon from Tom Mason. Anyway, so stairs are like my worst nightmare, my nemesis. If I were the king, if I were the prime minister, if I was in charge for the day, my policy would be ban the stairs. Then you would have a problem. Yes, ramps. Woohoo! I like ramps. But no to hills. Ban the hills, which you can't really in Edinburgh. If you try and ban the hills in Edinburgh, how are you going to get anywhere in Edinburgh? That's the question. You're not going to be able to get anywhere in Edinburgh if you have to ban those hills. So, what do you do? Well, you give it a smoother pavement, smoother roads, so that the wheelchairs can get up there. Because a ramp, hey presto, well done. I despise stairs, but keep having a ramp is good, right? It becomes wheelchair accessible. But the problem you get from that is hills and bumpy roads. Unless you've got off-roading wheels if you're a wheelchair user, because we don't have off-roading feet, do we? Right, let me just stand here. We're leading. We don't have... You can't see my feet from here, but you don't have off-roading feet, do you? No. The answer to that is no. You do not. And I repeat, you do not have off-roading feet, because your feet are all-terrain. Are all-terrain feet. Why the all-terrain? I don't know. Don't ask me why they're all-terrain, because I don't know. But stairs are the type of thing that we could mow down. Get a bulldozer and get rid of stairs, because I think that you have to go 1, 2, 3. You have to step up, and then you have the world's longest staircase. We don't need any of that. We don't need the world's longest staircase, do we? No, we definitely don't need the world's longest running staircase, because I'll be honest, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to go 1, 2, 3. Then you have to run up them if you're late. Walking up a ramp, you can walk at the pace you're going, at the pace you walk, and you're on time. But at the stairs, you have to run, and then you're going to trip up a step if you run too much. It's health and safety nightmare. That's one. It's a nightmare in general. But why do we need stairs? Who does stairs benefit? People that can't walk upstairs need a stair lift. You've got wheelchair users, and they can't use stairs, right? Not everyone likes a lift, because some people are claustrophobic to lifts, not me. I would call that liftophobic, which is the phobia of lifts. Floor 1, going up, I'm in a lift. Because there's too many people in the lift usually at that point. So, stairs doesn't benefit anyone, so why do they exist? I don't know. It's like sandwich. There must be a Lord Stair somewhere. I'm Lord Stair. Spelled S-T-A-I-R instead of when you're staring at someone. And that would just be the world's worst Lord. So, a few weeks ago now, I was live streaming live on Twitch, right? And I do some stand-up on Twitch every so often. I was doing a live recording of my podcast, Chatterbox, right? And someone has said to me, Tom, what's your favourite packet of crisps? And I said, Pom Bears. Pom Bears, Pom Bears, Pom Bears. So I said my favourite crisps were Pom Bears. I love Pom Bears. Yum yum. Which end of the bear do you eat first? If you want to know that answer, I would recommend you go and check out Anna Thomas's opinion. She's a fellow stand-up comedian. Ha hey, funny, ha ha. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And then what happened? As we're talking about Pom Bears, and I go in a rhythm of going Pom Bears, Pom Bears, Pom Bears. Because if you say a word often enough, then it starts to sound like another word. Sometimes it sounds like a rude word, but not always, because you don't always want to sound like you're saying something rude. And so you don't always want to sound rude. And so I went Pom Bears, Pom Bears, Pom Bears. And then I thought, it'll sound really good with a beat after it. And I found these egg shakers. And you drop egg shakers. And you walk away. And you go, sorry, I hit you on the head. And you pick up an egg shaker. And then you juggle it back round so you've got it in the right hand. And then you go again. You move your hand up and down. And so I go Pom Bears. Pom Bears. So it's I like Pom Bears. And eventually I stood there. And I was saying all this. I was going Pom Bears, Pom Bears, Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And I went. And then, because I've got my phone with me, because I'm stood on the stage, on my stage area, which is the entire room really. And then someone said, Tom Bears. And I thought, that would be a good idea, a good concept for some ha ha ha, ha ha ha. And yes, so I go, Tom Bears, Tom Bears, Tom Bears, Tom Bears, Tom Bears, Tom Bears. And you can't see, but you get your foot going with you. So it sounds like you're Irish dancing. Tom Bears, Tom Bears, Tom Bears. Tom Bears. Pom Bears. Tom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And then you realise, why do you like Pom Bears in the first place? What makes Pom Bear nice? Well, it's because it's like the shape of a bear, and if you put it with a hula hoop, hula hoop, hula hoop, hula hoop, hula hoop, hula hoop. And then you realise, well, what makes a Pom Bear nice? Even though you think it's nice with a hula hoop. And then you remember, you only really like Pom Bears. You only really like Pom Bears because of the name. And you went, spent all that time trying to drum up a beat, drum up a concept, just because I really wanted to say the word Pom Bears. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And you spent ages trying to learn the correct sort of egg shaker sort of noise going Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And you realise, I can't release that on Spotify. Pom Bears. Pom Bears. And then you realise, once you start shaking them, you lose the rhythm. And then you have to stop. And then you have to go. And then eventually, you then just do freestyle. Because it's not about the pom bears, really. It's about the egg shakers. Then, you catch one in your hand and you think, I'll put that egg shaker away. And then you want to just be clever and want to catch it. And then you're going to go again. And you go, well, I love pom bears. I love them. Pom bears are amazing. You eat them, eat them, eat them. But they're not as popular as Walker's Crisps. And then you realise the reason why you like them not only is because it's a horrific word to try and spell, pom bears, or tom bears, but then you realise very quickly that you like them because of I feel like you love eating crisps as a child, and when you ate the crisps as a child, because they were such an odd shape, it's a bear bent like this. This is the pom bear. I'm a pom bear! Or tom bear, pom bear. And then you go, well, yeah, I like them because they remind me of being a child. It reminds me of being a child. And that's a good thing, really. Sometimes, that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing all the time, but it's a good thing some of the time. So, over the last few weeks, yeah, it's been a heat wave. Heat wave here in the UK, where it's been sweaty. And you've seen a lot more people out and about. You know when we're at a heat wave in the UK when men are walking around without the tops on, because you sort of sense the weather. So, someone, again, on Chatterbox Live said to me, Tom, and I went, viewer. What is our burning question, dear viewer? And they said, how do you say cool? Any advice? And I said, well, my advice for saying cool is this. Watch any single film, TV show that's got anything to do with ice. So, Off Campus, Heated Rivalry, that ice hockey show that got Elle, I think she's called Elle from Skins. Trying to think, Dance on Ice. What else? And I was stood there for ages going, what else? What's all the other ice-based programs? Oh, the Snow... Then I went, let's include Snow Queen. Every version of the Snow Queen you can find. Frozen 2. I'm assuming Frozen 3. Let's think of Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3, Home Alone 4, Home Alone 5, and the dog version, Bone Alone. Then, we move on to then listening to cold-based music. Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. Then you find any episode of any TV show where they get trapped in a freezer. Immediately, you're cool. Shut all your blinds. Wear shorts and a t-shirt, and then you are cool as a cucumber. And yes, watch any program where they go to a masseuse and get cucumbers on the rice. And if you think about it, that's solid advice, I thought. It's the way to stay cool in a heat wave. Watching cool-based TV. So, any Netflix program that's got ice in it, and I found there's a list online of Netflix ice-based programs, right? And on it, it's got top 10 lists of their family, sort of their 15 to 12 ice-based programs. A lot of these ice ones are romantic, so Heating Rivalry is not Netflix, but that's romantic. It's a rom-com, but it's probably a rom-dom, a romantic drama. And then you've got Off Campus, which is also a rom-drum, which is a romantic drama. but you have to probably stay in America for a while because I don't, apart from Dancing on Ice, I don't think I could think of any or many British ice-based programs. North to North, which is all set in the cold, but I can't think of many non-American, non-British frozen, like cold-based programs, because if you try and think of British TV, right, and you try and think of Narnia, Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe. Now that's British TV. The TV version and the Disney film that would work. That would work as Frozen. But what you do is you just say, "I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm not really hot. I'm freezing. Brr. I'm not really hot. I'm freezing. Brr." And that adds to it. That makes you less sweating and more, ooh, I need to put a blanket on. Oh, I'm cold. So cold. So cold. So cold. And that, in a nutshell, is a good thing. Being cold, being cold, being cold is always good because it means you're not warm. And it also means, you're not hot. Hot chocolate. And if you do want to be hot, do the opposite of watching cold programs, but watch hot programs, such as the one where the blacksmiths are burning things, or what is that scene from the Polar Express? Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Because then it's hot. So that's my advice: to stay cool and then stay hot. Or if you want to be cool, right? If you want to be in between hot and cold, then well, I've got no advice for you there. Actually, I was gonna come up with some wisdom. I was gonna come up with some wisdom, but I have no wisdom because my wisdom is like other things. Got none of it. Got none of it. Sometimes you have to have wisdom, and not always is that in my ballpark. I don't always have wisdom. If you think about it, I don't always have wisdom, as Michael Caine once said. I don't know. I don't always have wisdom. So, thanks for watching my new material. I'm Tom Mason. Good night! You have been listening and watching Tom Mason doing stand-up comedy. Woo, 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 woo. Tom Mason will be back once more doing more stand-up comedy with his third and final work in progress show before the big special releases.